In my recent video about iDubbbz talking about the whole Sam Hyde documentary, I had a lot of grade A dumbasses in my comments section, and today we're going to be making a video talking about their comments and responding to a lot of the criticisms, because a lot of people didn't like that video. Not really a surprise to me. I mean, there is a lot of iDubbbz fans, but I want to clear up a lot of things because there's a whole bunch of misconceptions that people had about the things I was saying in that video, so let's get right into this. The real loser is you, for putting someone you know nothing about on a pedestal and feeling actual disappointment when they aren't what you thought. When someone you follow does something you disagree with, just unsubscribe and move on from your weird parasocial concern over them. This dude owes you nothing. Yeah, this dude does owe me nothing, but I'm not allowed to show my disappointment and concern that this guy has changed over time. What is this critique? That I'm too parasocial and that I'm too attached to this guy? I literally have my criticism for like 30 minutes when I record a video, and then I go back to my normal life and I don't think about it again. I don't idolize this guy. I think he made good content in the past, and now I'm criticizing him for changing and coming across as a loser nowadays. Where is the issue with that? What is this critique? With this same logic that you're subscribing to, you can never show disappointment for anyone who you look up to online or who you like the content of online, and therefore if they switch up their morals and their ideals and overall the way that they do things, if they completely 180 change, you're never allowed to show your opinion, send out a tweet, make a video, share a criticism. You're never allowed to do that. You live life so miserable, motherfucker. Oh no, the edgy man isn't edgy anymore. Why can't he be chaotic and shallow like the good old days? It's almost like he grew up for something. And you're gonna see this argument, it's a mainstay from these people in this comment section. I absolutely don't give a shit that he grows up, and I'm perfectly fine with him maturing over time. That's not my critiques of him. That's not my issues with him. I'm not whining about the fact that he doesn't say cancer anymore, and he doesn't say the N-word, and he doesn't say the F-slur in his video. No, I have none of those critiques about him. It's strictly his beliefs, and now that the fact that he's calling out what he fucking built his platform on is cringe as shit, and I'm allowed to call him lame now. And this whole growing up criticism is so fucking weird. You know, he was making content cops when he was like 27, 28. Like, he wasn't like a little 18-year-old child, and now I'm complaining about how the fact that, you know, when he was a little kid, he was awesome. But now that he's like really grown up in his fucking 50s, now he's way different. That would be a retarded critique. But dude, this is the span of fucking like 4 or 5 years. Give me a fucking break. The fact that you guys can't decipher what I was saying is so stupid. I thought the video was pretty good, and I feel like a lot of people just don't realize that he's simply just matured / grown up, and then they are all just mad because he's not edgy anymore. That's not my critiques of him, you dumb motherfuckers. It's the way that he talks and how he's now coming down and criticizing other people. And you heard the way he fucking talks. He talked like a journalist.
Do you think any of the like open mics you've done in the past that were like really offensive to people in the audience, do you think those would be as funny if the audience wasn't so offended?
It's not just simply the fact that he's not edgy anymore. I have no problem with him making documentaries. And hell, even if I did, I am allowed to say that his newer content is now ass compared to his old content. And that's absolutely a fair thing to say. Why do you all hate iDubbbz so much? Are y'all jealous of him or something? Does this motherfucker even deserve the oxygen to call him a dipshit? Remember when iDubbbz said the N-word next to Tana and then made fun of her how she told the story? Exactly! That's another point that I wanted to bring up in this video, dude. Like, you remember the criticism that iDubbbz had saying against Sam Hyde? You know, you could be an asshole when you make jokes, and you could play this game when you're the only one playing, so you can always be the winner. But I just think that's a pretty bad thing to do. Remember that bullshit that he was spewing?
This idea of confusing people and never being genuine or only being genuine when you think it's obvious is a great game to play when the most important thing to you is never showing your taint to people. You can feel like a winner in a game that only you are playing. In a game that only you are playing.
Yeah, iDubbbz has done the same exact shit, and that was one of his best moments when he went to TanaCon and he said the N-word right in front of her because he predicted Tana's response. That was his whole critique. That was his whole gig. He literally said that the only reason the joke was funny because of her reaction and how predictable she was fucking going to be.
Let's go and take a picture because this camera's like from the future.
Say
And this was the same motherfucker who was asking these journalist-ass questions, trying to catch Sam Hyde in a gotcha during the documentary for telling offensive jokes just for the sake of the audience to react. Like, you've done the same thing, dude.
I replaced say cheese with say nigger. How funny is that? Not really funny, but what is funny is your reaction to it. So yes, you're allowed to be critical of someone's use of the word. If you think it's not funny or you think it's cringy, leave in the comments. When you said the word nigger, my dick retracted inside of my body. And if you're a very observant person, you might notice a video from a year ago where I actually critique the use of the word when I'm doing a bad unboxing. The whole joke here is the word. Let's laugh out loud in the comments, you guys. It's incredible how much more intelligent you would have looked if during the event where I came and said, say nigger, if you just said, wow, you're a very uncomfortable person and you're not very funny. What a pathetic joke. You would have just destroyed me. But you couldn't do that because you're the most predictable human being on the planet.
Was Tana in on the game that you were playing, or no? Were you the only one playing? And it wasn't fair because you could only be the winner in that situation because you didn't explain the joke to Tana after.
Do you think any of the like open mics you've done in the past that were like really offensive to people in the audience, do you think those would be as funny if the audience wasn't so offended?
I replaced say cheese with say nigger. How funny is that? Not really funny, but what is funny is your reaction.
You can feel like a winner in a game that only you are playing.
But what is funny is your reaction.
I think your hatred for iDubbbz makes it impossible for you to make an objective video. Yeah, dude. There's way too many ad hominem attacks, and you just jump to conclusions. Are you out of your mind? Like, yeah, dude, me calling iDubbbz a pussy? Way too many ad hominem. Does that offend you, dude? Does that make you sad? Does that make you big sad inside? I'm sorry. Let's all apologize to fucking First of Foreskin. I'm not gonna watch this video because if you don't understand what iDubbbz is doing, you didn't watch the whole video. Well, I actually watched it and I did see what he's talking about. iDubbbz seemed almost passive-aggressive with it. That's how I took it. How do you take it? No response. These are the motherfuckers who are critiquing me, man. These are the motherfuckers. Yeah, man, you couldn't possibly understand the message of the video, so I'm not even gonna give your opinions a chance. Dude, we get it. You have to compensate somehow, but whining about how iDubbbz has changed ain't it, bestie. Oh my god, what a disgusting fucking sentence. And you know why I wanted to include this in this video? Because this is the fucking modern day iDubbbz fan. He's picked up the fucking Ethan Klein fan base. He has these dumb bitches who are now PC following him, who are saying words like bestie, being passive aggressive as shit, telling me that I have to compensate. Yeah, dude, I'm compensating for my small fucking balls.
But like, I'd say I'm average. I'm average. My wife's not complaining, so I'll take that as a compliment.
It gets even fucking better. Also, the toxic masculinity in this has me dead. The modern day fucking iDubbbz fan. Very ironic how this random commentator is the one talking about how lame and boring iDubbbz has become, even though iDubbbz is still miles ahead of you in terms of entertainment and content creation, and he's not even trying anymore. This is the biggest fucking cope I've ever seen. Like, you can't even be strong in your opinions and convictions, and you still have to have this safety net of, you know what, even if I'm wrong, iDubbbz isn't even trying anymore, so therefore any criticism towards me is invalid versus my fucking opinion. What a pussy. And also, I'm apparently not allowed to have my critiques of iDubbbz as a person and his opinions about something because I'm not as entertaining as him. We're reaching new grounds of fucking genius today, boys. The amount of times you misrepresented iDubbbz, missed the point entirely, jumped to insane conclusions, and contradicted yourself was honestly impressive. Keep up the amazing work. Oh, can we get an explanation? No. Whether you agree with Sam or iDubbbz, this reaction video is very bad. Try to structure your video better, or at least have some kind of coherent line of thought. You fail to understand what you're reacting to. You realize that was like the fucking video. That was the video, dude. Like, I would love to see you make a fucking video or make like a fucking document explaining the concrete lines and every single point of what iDubbbz meant behind every part of that video. You're not going to. No one's able to fucking do that. That's why it's an opinion piece. That's why I made this video literally prefacing this by saying there's nothing concrete. This is all assumptions. And that's everything that everyone is talking about with this drama. It's all assumption based because no one knows the true intentions of iDubbbz or Sam Hyde. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? There's no statistics on this. There's no like calculator I could get out of this and find some conclusion immediately. You're retarded. Like, Jesus Christ, man. I failed what I'm reacting to. Way to make a whole video without understanding the thing you're reacting to. Can someone please tell me? I'm killing myself. I'm literally jumping off the Golden Gate fucking bridges, dude. Can someone please, like, please tell me the true point then? Please, really. I would really fucking appreciate it. Because then I will be able to tell you, oh, you've made a whole video without understanding what actually you've been reacting to. You could say that with anything. If you have a different opinion on me about anything, you could just give me the critique of, this is a bad video because you failed to understand what you're talking about. It's like such a vague criticism. I'm literally like, I wish the Twin Towers were still around because I want to climb to the top and fucking jump off.